This video should help you with making mixed numbers into decimals. So we have a chart that's going to ask us for doing mixed numbers, improper fractions, and decimals. So improper fraction from a mixed number is easy. I'm starting at the bottom and I'm just working my way around. Remember, I take this times this, so 3 times 4 equals 12, and then plus 1 gets me 13. My denominator stays the same, so 3 1/4 is 13/4. I'll go over here to decimal. As a decimal, check out my whole number part first, which is a 3, and then 1/4. By now I should have it memorized. It's just 0.25. So that would be 3.25. 5 1/2, I start coming around. 2 times 5 is 10. Plus 1 gives me 11. 11 halves. As a decimal, that would be 5, and the half is 0.50. 7 3/4. 7 times 4 is 28. Plus 3 gets me to 31. 31/4. And then my whole number is going to be 7, and 3/4 is really 7/5. If you get to a point where you forget that 1/2, 1/4, 3/4 what they are, you can just take the improper fraction and divide it. So I'm going to take 31. I'm going to add a couple decimal points because I can see I want a decimal. And I just work through it. 31 into 4 doesn't go any times. 4 into 31 goes 7, which is 28. I subtract, there's my 3. Bring down 0. 4 times 7 again. Don't forget my decimal points in there. 28, I've got a 2. Bring down my 0, and 4 goes into 25 times. So like I say, if you can't remember that 1/4 is 0.25 and 1/2 is 0.50 and 3/4 is 0.75, just take your improper fraction, divide it out, you'll get the right answer. All right, here's 3 for you to try out. Stop the video when you do them. 12 plus 1 is going to give me 13 halves. And as a decimal, that would be 6.50. 2 times 4 is 8, plus 3 gets me 11/4. In a decimal, that would be 2.75. 4 times 4 is 16, plus 1 gets me to 17. 17/4. And as a decimal, that would be 4.25. This time I gave you the improper first, and then you're going to do the decimal and the mixed number. So I can do this a couple of ways. 11 over 4 really means 11 divided by 4. So I want to divide it out. 4 goes into 11 2 times. And I've got 3 left. So right now from this part, before I do anything else, I can say, oh, so my mixed number is 2, big 2, remainder 3 over 4, 2 3/4. Then if I want it as the decimal, just go ahead and add your 2 zeros in after the decimal point. Bring down that 0. 4 goes into 37 times. Oh, and there's my 5. Because 4 goes into 25 times. 2.75. Try 5/4. 5 divided by 4, it goes 1 time. I've got 1 left over. That would be 1 and 1/4. And if I remember right, that would be 1.25. Down here I've got 13 halves, so 13 divided by 2, it goes 6 times. I got 12. 1 left over. That would be 6 1/2, which would make it 6.50. Your turn. Stop the video when you try it out. Here we go. 4's in 9 goes 2 times. 1 left. Big 2 and 1/4, which is 2.25. 23 divided by 4. 4 goes in 23 5 times. 3 left over, so that would be 5 3/4. Which would be 5.75. Then we got 15 halves. 15 divided by 2 goes 7 times. 1 left over, 7 1/2, which is 7.50. Then we're going from the decimal Back to the mixed number and the improper fraction. It's easiest to go from decimal to mixed number first. It's almost impossible to go from decimal to improper. So 3.50, I know that means I'm still going to have a 3.50 is really 1/2. And then when I go through, 2 times 3 is 6, plus 1. I'll make that 7/2. 7 1/4. 7 1/4. 7 times 4 is 28, plus 1 is 29. 29/4. 5 3/4, because of 5 and 7, 5.75. 5 times 4 is 20, plus 3, 23/4. Here's your 3 to try out. Stop the video and try it. Got 1 3/4. When I multiply it around, 4 plus 3 gets me 7, 7/4. 9.50 is a half. 2 times 9 is 18, plus 1 is 19. 19/2. 6.25 is really 1/4. 6 times 4 is 24, plus 1 is 25. 25/4. Okay. This time we're trying the same kind of thing, except they're giving us the point on the a point on a number line. And if you check out the number lines, they have them divided into fourths. So we're going 1/4, 1/2, 3/4, 1, 1 1/4, 1 1/2, 1 3/4, 2. So point A is right here. So it's going to be a big 2, because I've just came past the big 2. 1/4, 1/2, 3/4. 2 3/4, and then I'm doing the same thing that we just did on previous pages to get the others. Improper would be 8 plus 3 is 11/4. And as a decimal, 3/4 is really 0.75, so 2.75. B, just past the 1, and it's one line past the 1, so that would be 1 1/4. Improper fraction, 4 times 1 is 4, plus 1 is 5, 5/4. And that would be 1.25. C is just went past the 4, and it's 2 lines past the 4, so that would be 1/4, 1/2. Get it to improper. 8 plus 1 is 9, 9/2, and then 4.50. Here's your page to try out. Same exact kind of thing. A is 1/4, 1/2, 2 1/2, which makes me 4, 5, 5/2, and 2.50. B, we came past the 3, 1/4, 1/2, 3/4, 3 3/4. 4 times 3 is 12, plus 3 is 15, 15/4. And over here would be 3.75. C, past the 5, one line past the 5, that would be 5 1/4. Multiply it out, 20 plus 1 is 21/4. And that would be 5.25. I want to compare some fractions here real fast. For me to be able to compare them, I usually have to have them in the same form. Either they're both in mixed, they're both in improper, they're both in decimal. Since I already have this one in improper, I think the easiest thing to do would be go ahead and just change this one to an improper. So I got 5 times 4 is 20, plus 1 is 21/4. 22/4 is bigger. I think it's probably going to be easiest to change my improper to a decimal. So 17 divided by 2 goes in there 8 times. It'll be 16. There's a 1. Add my 0, bring it down. 2 goes into 10. 5 times, so I got 8.5, which is going to be greater than 8.25. Over here, there's not a lot of calculating to do. 1/4 is the same as 0.25, so I got 7.75 and 7.25. And then over here, before I even start calculating stuff out, just check out the whole number. I got a 6 in the whole number against a 5 in the whole number. So 6 is going to be bigger than 5. Here's your chance to try them out. Stop the video. Alright, I'm going through here. Change this one to improper. 4 times 4 is 16, plus 1 is 17/4. So 18/4 is greater. Let's divide out the 13/2. 6 times is 12. 1 left over, add a decimal and a 0. 2 goes into 10 5 times, so I got 6.5. 5 beats a 2 in the tenths. Down here, whole number, I got a 6 against a 5 right off the bat. 6 beats 5. We got 7 and 7, so I do need to work this one out. 3/4 is really the same as 0.75. So I got 7.75 is greater than 7.5.